Hi hustlers, welcome back to our channel. So we're Candy and Kelly and we're exploring what our life can look like, completely different, away from the 9 to 5, away from the matrix. Thank you to everyone that's followed along so far. We've taken a massive change in direction. Last week you saw that we won a house at auction, which is, I can't believe it, can you? I genuinely can't believe it.
I don't think it's really hit, even though it's hit.
It hasn't really hit properly, but with an auction property, once you've purchased it, like secured the highest bid, for example, it has to go through within 28 days. So it's not like the traditional purchasing of a house, selling of a house that takes kind of 3 to 4 months. So this last few weeks has been pretty stressful, hasn't it? Pretty full on.
Bit overwhelming. Lots to do.
I don't know about a bit. Very overwhelming.
For me anyway.
Yeah. So we've been just trying to get our head around the way we're going now, but a lot of people have followed us because of Vera. Vera, our van, our camper van that we love, and she's going nowhere. Vera's going to be on site with us, the property, and we will get to a house tour, so don't worry about that. Vera is going to be our house for a little while, isn't she?
I think so. The house, when you see it, it's not in a state that we can live in, certainly. It's definitely not with the cats anyway.
No, you know, we've got our 2 fur babies, Fizz and Pickle. They are 14 a few weeks ago, and it's just not fair to them. The house, when I say renovating, I mean there's no real bathroom you can use. It needs rewiring, it needs plumbing. Anyway, it needs everything, but we're going to be starting to share all that on this channel. But in terms of van life, we're still going to be going on trips. Yeah,
Vera's out.
It's going to be
our holiday for life now.
Our little holiday home, our little bug out vehicle wheels. She's going to be what we use going forward. We're going to be renovating the property whilst living in Vera. So there's lots of stuff that's been going on, but essentially to start with, it's going to be renovating. It's going to be a hell of a lot of work, hell of a lot of ups and downs. We have absolutely no clue what we're doing. So
no, I mean, we've done some renovation before in our previous property, but we had a guy that kind of managed it for us, which was now we're not having that luxury.
No,
I'm finding that quite overwhelming, but
yeah,
you know, needs must.
Yeah, it's like we were in the system, so we were getting all the benefits of the system, I guess you'd call them. So we had money to just pick what we wanted on a nice colour chart and say, can you do this please? But now every project has to be decided, talked through, budgeted with, deal with the trades, and see where we could not cut corners, but how we can create the best scenario in the most cost-effective way, essentially. And that means obviously me doing a lot of the stuff. I mean, you're on site, but you're not essentially able to do a lot of the
no, but I can do lots of pretty mood boards and
yeah,
Pinterest.
She loves the mood boards, so they'll be flying out, I'm sure. Yeah, it's a lot. And look, you see all these renovation programs on Insta and YouTube, and it's the same with the van life, really. I mean, a lot of people put out there they're living the dream, and we've been living some of our dream, haven't we?
Well, case in point now is we wanted to film this little chat on a nice day, and it's absolutely hammering it down. Yeah, but we're still filming it because,
come on, you know us by now. We only deal with torrential rain and gales, and that is what we're dealing with today. So it's no different to us. But it's going to be scary, but there's going to be a lot of exciting stuff coming on this channel. Stick with us. We are still newbies to YouTube as well, and we're amazed by the amount of love we've been getting on a lot of our posts and a lot of our views that we've been getting, and a lot of interaction with people. We're just enjoying this journey, and I think I said at the start, initially we're documenting this for us, essentially, and if people want to come along for the ride and to watch along, we appreciate all the support and all your kind words have been really, like, we read all the comments.
I mean, this house is probably, it's going to take a bit of time because we don't want to do it wrong, but we know we haven't got loads in the bank but to do it perfect. So it just might be that, you know, we don't have a kitchen for a year or something, but yeah, that's, thankfully we've got Vera.
Well, that's the benefit of Vera, isn't it? So we can properly live in her. She's an off-grid vehicle. We can plug her in while we're there once we get the electric sorted. But I guess the main point for this chat was we're so proud of ourselves that we've invested our time, all the time we've been together, we've had savings. We're 42. I always say we're 42.
40.
You're 41, nearly 42. But we're mortgage free, and I mean, how many people can say that? So we're really proud of ourselves for that. We've invested in bricks and mortar and life savings essentially. So we are going to be living on a budget. We're going to be like, our goals are to be as self-sufficient as we can eventually. That's something that's not going to come quickly. I'm sure all of you out there that have got small holdings and living off grid and are self-sufficient, growing your own veg, you know that doesn't happen like that. We know that we can sometimes come across as dreamers, but you've got to have a dream, right? I think we always have a little pipe dream, and we're just one of those couples that just go with it.
Yeah, everyone always says, I can't believe you're doing it, but there's not a lot of things that we always do what we say we're going to do. We might come, go around the houses a bit, or
yeah, we get there though.
But we kind of do it, which is kind of a nice reflection of us.
Exactly.
But obviously this time it's just a little bit more squeaky bum time, just because
just a bit.
We got to make it so we can live in it.
Yeah, and I think obviously the basics, plumbing and electrics, right, they're very outdated. It's an old house, but the potential, and that's what we're sort of invested in, is the potential and the land that is attached to the property, because that's where we feel we're going to get our most enjoyment, and we're going to be able to live the life that we really want to live without sounding preachy. We just want to create our own kingdom essentially, and just do our own thing and live out our dreams and do what we want.
Obviously we'll still do the van trips, we'll still be going away. We just might have to hold off and get a toilet plugged in from as a priority first.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yeah,
fundamentals and
yeah,
all that.
exactly, the fundamentals have got to come. But I think for us, the one luxury that we have in abundance is time, isn't it? So we're not going to be kind of, right, we need to do this, we need to do that, although it's going to be busy to start with, so we can get the house into some sort of blank canvas for some of the trades to come in and have a look. We will be busy to start with, but we are going to still do van trips like Kelly said, and you're going to see, actually, if anything, you're probably going to see a lot more of Vera, because we're going to be living in Vera the van while we're renovating. The other thing that's been quite stressful, and this is not going to be a long video, but I wanted to highlight it, that to be able to afford to invest in a property outright, we're moving away from what we know. I've never moved out of the area that I'm in. We're near London, and we're moving up the country about 3.5 hours. So that's going to be a big adjustment. So I'm sure that at some point we'll be discussing.
It's away from everyone and everything we know, which for me I find quite more stressful than can, or maybe.
Yeah, it is stressful. I think you've got a massive family, and that's not to take anything away from my family, but I guess you've grown up with a really, really big family. We've got lots of nieces and nephews, and we're going to miss terribly. But we've got to do this for us. I think this is our time, Dad.
And we can.
Yeah, it's our time.
This part, like if you're in America or anywhere else in like Europe, that would be like nothing.
Yeah.
But for us,
to us, it's a long trip.
Yeah.
And you're right. If there are any Americans watching, I see some of the road trips you guys do on YouTube, and it's like, we're just heading off 9 hours now, and it's nothing. But obviously, Great Britain is so small that a 40-minute trip to us is a long drive. So
yep,
we've got to adapt to that. And what we've noticed so far, visiting and back and forth to the property, is it's village life, and we're not used to that either. So we've met the neighbours; they're fantastic, but it's very different. It's village life, so there's people in and out checking on you, and we're not really used to that. So that's something that is going to be a huge change for us. That's kind of like a life change, really.
It's going to be nice to live in that sort of environment, but we've never lived like that. So, and obviously I struggle with mental health and that, so I'm like, I don't want everyone to be in my business, but it's actually quite sweet that they're checking and seeing how we are and messaging you and what you want any help with and all that sort of stuff. So it's nice, but it's just different. And different is not necessarily bad.
No, it's not bad. Change is tough, right? And the last 12 months we've gone through huge transformational changes in our life, and this, I guess, is the cherry on the cake for what I guess deep down we were aiming for all along. We've done van life on and off for like the last 6-7 months, but our end goal has always been to have a base.
Yeah, have a base that we can call our own. We can set up how we want it to be set up, which is nice that we can do that, and then go back travelling again, you know, make the most of Vera.
Yeah, we see Europe trips in the future for definite with Vera. Just at the moment, obviously funds are low and they're going to become diminished every day for stuff that we need doing. But it's going to be a real adventure, and we want you all to follow along with us. It's going to be kind of frugal living, country living, self-sufficiency, van trips, van life. It's going to be all of that rolled into one. But for now, it was just a quick chat to everyone, wasn't it? Just to say a little bit of a change of direction, but please stick with us because we think it's going to be so fun and exciting. But we've always said, especially more up-to-date information on our Instagram page, which is at Wild Heart Hustle, but I'm quite active on that, so for more regular updates, check that. But we are, I'm sure everyone says this when they're not, but really we are just real people, and there's no filter really. Like, we're going to show the good and the bad. We're not perfect, we don't have all the answers in the world. We both suffer with kind of health issues and mental health, and
there might be some weird editing because, you know, we might be in the middle of doing something and then one of us or both of us or something goes wrong, and yes, you can film all the raw bits, but sometimes it's a bit too raw. But, you know, yeah, we'll keep it real and honest, I suppose.
Yeah, keep it real and honest. And I think, like a lot of people, we've just become disillusioned with life essentially, and we're only here for one trip, and who knows how long that'll be, so we want to enjoy it while we're here.
As one of the YouTube channels we follow always says, is no one's getting out alive, so might as well make the most of it, whatever that looks like.
Exactly. So stick around. If you've got any comments or you want to ask any questions, drop them below. I'll do my best to get back to everyone, but appreciate all the love and the engagement. So subscribe, hit the notification bell. But I'm sorry, I'm not sure about you, but I'm absolutely freezing. I've now got a wet bum where I'm sitting on a wet bench. It's peeing down,
and I'm worried that the camera's getting wet. So
exactly. So thank you for joining us. Next week, hopefully, house tour, possibly in a couple of weeks at least.
Yeah, I think so.
In the next couple of weeks, that will be coming though. So stick with us, and you'll see all the stuff that we're getting up to. And hopefully, I'll be sitting chatting to you in a few years, and we'll be on a nice little bit of land in our idyllic paradise that we've created for ourselves. But for the moment, it's a hole, and we're going to get it done. So stick around.
See ya.
Thanks for watching, hustlers. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share for the rest of our journey. Who knows where we'll end up. See you next time.